environment plays a big part. Let's say you go to like a high school or something, like I don't know, hillbilly area, right? Uh, yeah.
Okay. Go on.
And you want to dress nice, bro. You want like a nice jacket or something like that. Meanwhile, everyone's got or you want like nice sneakers and shit like that, and everyone's got like
What do they have?
boots. Everyone's got boots on, right? And they're they're like, oh my god, bro, oh you're so weak.
They just
man.
have boots on. The butt naked with just boots on.
All right, boots, a white beater, ripped jeans. We've been there.
You have?
No,
What?
no. Seen people. We've seen people.
Where is this, man? What area is this?
I don't know. Hillbilly area.
I don't know where the standard would be a wife beater, jeans, and boots for going to high school.
Texas, bro, Texas. Oh my god.
What do you mean? They're so
don't know,
into
man.
sneakers there, bro.
I mean, okay. Maybe more like countryside Texas. Maybe like a small towns, like Cowboys. Like
maybe,
bro,
maybe.
like those like West.
It could exist.
Yeah.
Sure.
Cowboys,
Yeah.
don't kill me, bro.
No, it definitely exists. Trust. I've heard stories
man.
about them, man.
Dude,
It's
if
crazy.
everyone's dressing up as cowboys and you out there wearing sneakers and some fancy coat, yeah, no, I get it. Like that's a wild example, but it's completely valid
Yeah.
in terms of what's addressing.
Yeah, and then like the stereotypes like that go into that, right? Maybe they're like, oh, yo, like this boy don't want to get no dirty or don't want to get no dirt on his hands.
So at this point, you can't visit China anymore. You can't visit Texas anymore, bro. Slandering everybody out here, bro.
I think there's some other places too, but we just forget there's too many.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man. Bro, okay.
my
Here's the
God.
best way I gotta describe it. It's those places where the girls are like, I'm not like other girls. I like to get down and dirty in the butt. I like butt wrestling. I like
I like mud wrestling.
I like
Where?
I like fishing and hunting. I'm built different, bro. Oh my god.
Oh my.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you know those girls?
I don't.
Yeah, very familiar
No,
with them.
it's
Yes,
They wear like
definitely.
camo and shit like that, and they drive like those like quad cars or what do you call it? Four wheel.
I think
bikes.
they are called quads.
Oh yeah, quads. Yeah.
Off-road quads. I think those are what they're called. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but taking that example to something that's more relatable to us and something that's very much my situation is that I definitely feel like here in North America, people are dressed very, very casually, including people who go out in even like pajama pants and whatnot.
Yeah.
But as someone who I will get into more of our personal styles, including mine, so I won't go too much into it right now. But as someone who does just dress up more compared to the standard here, I guess, it does feel like I'm overdressed most of the time. And I definitely would appreciate it if other people also just,
Overdressed.
not wear just very, very
Bare minimum.
like, yeah, like, are you really going out in pajamas though? Like, come on,
Bro, the
Like,
slides, man. The slides.
Yeah, the slides. Like, how are people doing this here? Like,
Yeah, the slides is a little too far for me.
Yeah.
But people can have their own limits in regards to that. And over here, there are a lot of people with some of the limits being very low in terms of what they're willing to go out with, and they're just very, very casual. That's kind of a thing here. Whereas in other places, you definitely see the average person going out in a little bit more than just that, right? It would be kind of, they even think the person absolutely kind of crazy to go in stuff like pajama pants. It's like, hey, yo, wear those in your house, in bed, or whatever. Like, what's going on here? So you definitely see a difference between places and the environment, right? That definitely is a factor. And as wild as your example was, it's very true, and it captures the essence of your message very, very well. And I definitely think that people conforming to a standard, right, even though they might not actually agree with it, being a pretty common thing. So someone in your example may not actually wear sneakers and nicer coats and whatnot, and they might go into more of a the norm there, which is the Cowboys style, right?
Like the farm,
wore the camo stuff, very, very much wild hunting outdoors, that type based outfits and styles. There are different places where that could be the case, and there could also be other places where everyone's into sneakers, and as someone who's not into those, who are into more dressier shoes or boots, you could have someone who's like, okay, maybe I'll just try and conform to and fit in more by wearing the sneakers and get into them. So you definitely see that type of examples happening, and there is that influence that could actually influence someone to change how they dress, right, to fit in more. And some people want to do it because fitting in really matters to them, where other people, they just don't think as much about it, and fitting in might not be that important to them, but they just kind of fall into it because they haven't really thought that hard about what matters to them or how exactly they want to dress, and they just kind of fall into the default as consciously deciding that, hey, yeah, the default is what I want, or hey, no, I'm not going to try and fit in because I'm into this. So it's just a level of thought a lot of time is pretty low, and falling into it oftentimes is a bigger reason than people actually consciously really deciding that they want to fit in. I feel like, just from my perspective looking at it. But either way, you definitely do get people just trying to fit in one way or other, and that definitely influences how they dress. And, on the same token, you definitely see people who try to dress differently for the sake of being different, whether they're, edgelords for whatever reason, or, they just think everything is basic and just want to be different, and it's not so much of a having a personal style or being individualized. It's just for the sake of being different, and that itself could have different problems associated with it. But there are different reasonings for why people dress the way they do, and some of them are definitely heavily influenced by the environment, or directly because of the norms, whether just falling into it, deciding that they just want to fit into the norm, or deciding that they just want to do everything they can to not be the basic standard, and just want to be different. And all of those scenarios kind of go away from the self-expression and individuality that is something that is it could be a major benefit of your personal style, right? That's something that you could get out of it if you choose to, if you want it. And I think a lot of people, if they put their thought into it, might want it, but the lack of thought applies to many other areas of life as well. So you can't really be too critical of that.